Good morning, my friends. It's a joy to gather with you again today. And a deep breath. It has been said that the greatest gift we can give another person is our attention. Today, I would invite each of us to ponder this assertion. Does it ring true? And if so, what does that mean for our everyday lives? Let us begin with the question, does it ring true? To what do each of us habitually pay attention? Just let that one hang out with us for a while, my friends. And there is a small personal experience I'd like to share about our attention. My husband and I were introduced by a mutual friend in her home. She made a point of sharing that she hoped each of us would consider supporting her efforts to raise funds for homeless women in the Chicago area where we all lived at the time. Excuse me one moment. The efforts to raise funds for homeless women in the Chicago area where we all lived. Eric and I both agreed to attend her event. You may be seeing a poster of that event for Sarah's Circle for homeless women. There are two important facts you should know, facts of which Eric was not aware at the time. The first fact is when I walked in to my friend's apartment, somehow my eyes locked onto Eric's, and I had never seen him before in my life. And an inner voice whispered to me, "Oh, it's you." And bells and whistles went off within my heart. But I made a real effort to play it cool, as I was nearly overwhelmed with emotion. The second bit of information of which Eric was unaware was that I had already made plans to host one of my oldest childhood friends, Greg, from my hometown in Ohio, to visit me in my new apartment in Chicago. When Eric showed up to the Sarah's Circle dance fundraiser, all he saw was me happily dancing and laughing and hugging another guy. For quite some time, totally, he ignored me. And I was confused and, okay, a little hurt. Kept on do-si-doing with other dance partners and smiling until the cows came home, as the saying goes. If he could ignore me, the little me inside said, well, I could play that game, I thought. Oh, growing up and gaining wisdom and patience and trust can be so hard at times. And once again, our good friend Mary intervened. She took the time to get to know my hometown friend, Greg, with whom I was dancing, and was able to easily discover that Greg was far more interested in the other young men at the dance than anyone else. Watch his eyes. Look at what, or rather, who Greg is really paying attention to, she explained to the frustrated Eric. They are childhood friends. And if you don't go over and talk to Robin right now, I think you're really going to regret it later. Well, thankfully, my husband heeded the advice. With whom do you pay attention? Are you conscious of your mind meandering during the course of a day? When are you relaxing at the end of the day and thinking, what's next? What's your next activity? Is it something that brings light and love and greater joy, or health and empowerment into your life? Perhaps more knowledge needed, or an incentive to up your game in some areas of your life. Or, dear friends, at times do you mindlessly allow all images, violent movies, lurid tabloids, or tales of misguided, wounded individuals into the holy temple that is you? Please understand that I am not asking that we bury our heads in the sand. And a good action movie can take our minds off our worries or our doubts at times. And we must stay aware of world events and the health needs of our respective communities. But understand this: in unity thought, we focus like a laser beam on all that is good and true and beautiful. We recognize that we are works in progress. We realize that most of us, well, we still may have some feet of clay. And that, my friends, is why we are here now in Earth School, learning to more fully see and embrace the truth of our being. Divine light and love are living among us, as us. Are we paying attention? Can we step out in belief? Can we graciously accept the good and the true and the beautiful as our birthright? can we forgive ourselves as we are learning here and now to accept the truth of our being, each and every one of us, beautiful children of God, learning and refining, walking in the light of faith, that we do not walk alone, my friends. We do not walk alone, for God is always here. And what is it that again and again that is asked of us? My friends, our attention. When you take a walk, for instance, do you truly listen? Watch. Smell the scents in the air. Watch for the tracks of animals or the flight of the birds. Do you note your own responses to the living life in the forest? Do the same with gatherings of friends. Mindfully observe what is being communicated by verbal and nonverbal expressions. And this skill of observation can develop over time. Tackle perhaps the most slippery of subjects, yourself. Like a good detective, following all the clues, all of the clues that you detect that tell you when you have become tense or with whom you feel most relaxed, like you. Observe others for clues. What are they truly attending to? What is it that lights them up? Can you use these clues to communicate more effectively? You may soon find that your very act of mindful attention can overcome a host of barriers that seem to simply melt away. For again, the greatest gift we can give others is our own mindful attention. And so it is and will be. Namaste, my friends. Namaste.